This is Glenn Andrews of the Life Doctrines. I want to bring you my renegade word of wisdom for this week, and that is reading is fundamental. Over the last couple of years, I've read articles where there's been this debate on the value of a college education. I'm not going to debate that right here because it's true. You don't have to go to college to become successful, to become an entrepreneur, or pursue any vocation or field or niche that you choose. However, education is formal and informal. You still need to know how to read, write, and do arithmetic. And one of the things I find disturbing is to walk into a home and not see one book or magazine. All my life, I've been around books, magazines, and something to read and something to write on. Starting from Jet magazine to Ebony magazine, and my dad to this day is an avid reader. My mom, she does crossword puzzles, and she's actually the finance person in our family. So I got a little bit of both. That's why I was an econ major. Wasn't great in English, and English has always been my challenge. So it being a challenge, one of the things I did was start writing books, and I have to thank Hotep with Hudson University for just planting that seed of me writing about the things that I say and do and how I walk on this earth. Couple years back, about while I was in school, I had a opportunity to go back and probably try out for professional baseball. Not even probably. I had an opportunity. My late uncle, Ralph Hicks, who passed away from pancreatic cancer in Las Vegas, played golf. And he had the opportunity to play golf with some baseball scouts. One of the many conversations I had along the way with him, and one of the conversations I had while I was in school, was he said, "Hey Glenn, if you're still interested in probably playing some pro ball, I'm playing golf with some scouts, and I've told them about you, and they just want to see you." I was at Morehouse at the time. I think I was maybe a junior, sophomore at the time, and the thought crossed my mind. It crossed my mind real quick because by that time I had committed to that path that I was taking and going on and going to Morehouse. And sports, I had literally just put sports in the back burner, and anything athletic I was going to do would be a hobby and just to stay in shape. However, around the same time, a friend of mine who happened to, a couple of friends still play at that time, were playing either pro football, pro baseball, and depending on who was coming in to play the Falcons or the Braves, I'll get a chance to go see him play. A friend of mine was coming into town, and he played for the Reds at the time, and I got a chance to see him at the game, and went down and talked to him, caught him coming out of the dugout, and had a couple of words. And I was just asking him how's it going, how does it feel to be in the big time? And one of the things I got from that conversation was he still loved baseball, but everything else surrounding pro ball, he just didn't like. He just wasn't having fun anymore. And it caught me off guard because all of us growing up in Southeast San Diego, playing baseball, playing Little League, playing Pop Warner, that's kind of like that backdrop of the dream of playing pro ball, and just part of the path and part of the dream. And for my friend to say that he was not happy, it caught me off guard because at that time I was at Morehouse, I was studying. By that time I had got settled in. I had met my girlfriend then, who is now my wife, Rena, and I was happy because I knew this path I was on. And so he gave me a baseball bat, and I still have it to this day. And he gave me a bat and told me to come by the hotel and try to catch up with him. So I didn't get a chance to catch up with him because I can't remember where they was off to next. But when I do go to San Diego, if I have time, I try to find him, try to locate him. So I haven't talked to him in a while. But one of the things that, and I've had this discussion in different forms, is African Americans and some now people in general not putting education as a priority. My mom and dad always told me and my brother that we don't care how great or how good we were in baseball, football, or any endeavor that we participated in, school comes first. And we're now seeing what happens when we don't put education first. And education is broad, and we can bring in, be more specific and get more into detail. But as a father, as a black man, as a father, as a husband, as a man, period. If you have kids, get them books. Get them books on everything. Books on history, books on the African American experience for 400 years, books on religion, books on business, books on how to do basic wiring, books, religious books. Just bring books into the house, because where you find yourself geographically and where you find yourself, where you live, even if it's in the hood or if it's in the country, if it's in a rural area, if it's in the city, a book can take you somewhere, can take you in a place your body can't take you. Yeah, we have phones, we have iPads, we have the technology, but for whatever reason, we're not using technology. Some people are not using technology that way. So there's still a place where you need to have books. Yeah, we have the ebooks, and that's great. I do ebooks, and that's great, but that's for those of us on the other side. There's something to be said about having a book and taking care of a book. This right here, one of my favorites, the Ultimate Success Guide for today's urban entrepreneur, the Hustler's Bible. It's done by my Morehouse brother, Angelou and Hotep, Hustle University. Right now, I'm in the middle of Essentialism, Greg McCowan, and a book that just got me on a whole nother type of mental tip. Is this one here, Living with a Seal by Jesse Itzler. I wrote my own. I've written and published 10 books myself. I got one that's in the mix now. It's gonna be something else. My first one, GAM Chronicles, Grown Ass Man Chronicles. And I couldn't have done any of this. I couldn't have wrote mine or the ones I've written. I could not read these as well as read a Bible, read a Quran, something on early man, knowing what Charles Darwin, understanding Maslow, all these different types of topics and things to read. I couldn't have done that without the emphasis on reading and education. Reading is fundamental. Love sports, love baseball, love football. This right here is one of the home runs I hit when we was in tournament baseball. Still have it to this day. But as much as I could have took a path into professional sports, I have no regrets on the path that I've taken, which was to go to school, which had a foundation in reading, writing, and arithmetic. African American people in general, people period, we must put education first. This is Glenn Andrews of the Life Doctrines. Please subscribe, please comment, share this, share it, let the world know, but put it out there, trying to represent the Renegade Alpha. TOD, signing out.